there's a quiet shift happening in how Canadians move through the world. A simple object, a passport, once just a symbol of freedom and identity, is being redefined in 2025. Welcome back to Continental Explorer, where we look beyond borders to understand the world. This year, the Government of Canada introduced the most significant passport renewal reforms in decades. What began as a modernization plan, a move toward convenience and security, is now transforming how millions of Canadians prove who they are, where they belong, and how they travel. But behind the efficiency lies a growing debate. One about privacy, accessibility, and trust. Because the 2025 passport may look the same on the outside, but the way you get it, and what it says about you, has completely changed. Number 1. The new digital passport era. In May 2025, Canada officially launched its digital passport renewal system, a project 5 years in the making. For the first time, Canadians can renew their passports entirely online. No more paper forms. No more waiting rooms. No more mailing documents to Service Canada. Instead, everything, from your photo to your identity verification, is now handled digitally through the new My Passport portal. According to Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, this system was designed to simplify the process for millions of travelers, particularly those renewing an existing passport. Canadians can now upload digital ID, confirm citizenship through the GC key or sign-in partner accounts, and receive a new passport within 2 to 3 weeks. The new passport design, first introduced in 2023, features secure polycarbonate pages, laser engraving, and updated artwork. But the real innovation isn't in the look. It's in the data. Each passport now includes an enhanced biometric chip, linked directly to Canada's border database and compatible with new biometric gates across 50 countries. The goal: faster movement at international airports, fewer fraudulent renewals, and a stronger digital identity framework. But this leap forward has also raised serious questions. Because when your passport becomes a digital file, who really controls it? Number 2. The hidden cost of modernization. Government officials call it a modernization milestone. Privacy advocates call it a quiet shift toward surveillance. The new system collects biometric data, facial recognition, digital signatures, and even geolocation records from login sessions. IRCC says it's protected under federal privacy law and stored securely within Canadian servers. But critics worry that linking personal identity to travel patterns could create new vulnerabilities. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association warned that digital convenience often comes with hidden trade-offs, especially for citizens who aren't fully aware of how their data is shared internationally. Under new reciprocal data agreements, Canada now exchanges entry and exit information with countries like the US, the UK, Australia, and the European Union. That means every time a Canadian passport is scanned abroad, that record, time, location, and movement is automatically logged. For most travelers, it's harmless. For some, it feels invasive. And while the technology improves efficiency, it also amplifies inequality. Because not everyone has equal access to digital renewal. Older Canadians, rural residents, and those without reliable internet service still struggle to complete the online process. In-person appointments are now more limited, and wait times at Service Canada offices have quietly increased for those who can't renew digitally. What was meant to make life easier has, for some, made it harder. Number 3. What's changing in 2025? The 2025 update didn't just bring technology. It also changed who qualifies for simple renewal. Previously, Canadians could renew their passport if it expired less than 1 year ago. Now, that window has been extended to 6 years. A major relief for travelers who accidentally let their documents lapse. But there's a catch. For renewals submitted after July 2025, you'll need to provide new biometric verification, even if you've done so before. That means a fresh digital photo and confirmation of facial data every time you renew, to ensure your identity remains accurate over time. Another change, the 5- and 10-year passport options remain, but fees have quietly increased. A standard 10-year passport now costs around $180, up from $160 in 2023. And processing fees for rush renewals can exceed $250. IRCC defends the increases, saying they reflect the cost of advanced security features and system upgrades. But for many families renewing multiple passports, these small increases add up. There's also a new travel declaration sync feature, meaning your passport will now automatically connect to pre-travel authorization systems in partner countries. For instance, when traveling to Europe, your passport information will preload into the ESHA's visa waiver system. It's efficient, but it also means your travel is pre-tracked, even before you board the plane. Have you ever noticed how something meant to free us often ends up defining us more tightly? The passport was once a key to the open world, a small booklet that said, "You belong." Now, it's becoming a digital fingerprint, a trace of everywhere we've been, and everyone we are. When I first heard about these changes, I thought, maybe this is progress. Maybe it's just the modern world catching up. But the more I read, the more I realized, progress always comes with a question mark. Number 4. How these changes affect you. For the average Canadian traveler, the impact of these changes is subtle but significant. If you renew online, the process is faster, typically 10 to 20 business days, with fewer errors and automatic notifications. You can track your application through the My Passport portal, and even receive updates via text or email. But if you're applying for a first-time passport, or you've legally changed your name or citizenship status, you'll still need to visit a passport office in person. For travelers abroad, the new digital renewal means less reliance on embassies. You can now renew from anywhere, as long as your biometric data is already stored in the system. Yet, this global convenience comes with one major limitation: a stricter renewal identity check. Applications are automatically cross-verified with border exit data. So if your travel history conflicts with your declared information, for example, unexplained long-term stays abroad, your application may be flagged for manual review. In other words, your passport history and your travel behavior are now linked in real time. It's not a conspiracy. It's just the new normal. Number 5. Global context: why Canada is doing this. Canada's shift isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a larger international move toward digital identity ecosystems. The United Nations Digital Travel Credential (DTC) initiative, backed by ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, encourages member states to adopt secure digital passport standards by 2030. Canada, as a signatory, is simply moving early. In parallel, the European Union is rolling out digital IDs across Schengen countries, and the United States has begun testing biometric re-entry systems for frequent travelers. In short, Canada's modernization is about interoperability, making sure Canadian passports remain valid, trusted, and fast across a world moving toward automation. But beneath that, there's also a geopolitical layer. Stronger digital identity systems mean more control over migration, better management of dual citizenship, and tighter coordination with global security networks. The passport, once just a document of travel, is quietly becoming a cornerstone of international data diplomacy. Number 6. The central reveal: what it really means. So what does all this really mean for Canadians? It means convenience, yes. It means faster lines, fewer lost forms, and better protection against forgery and identity theft. But it also means your identity is no longer just yours. It's encrypted, shared, and scanned by systems that most of us will never see. It means trusting not just a government, but a network of governments. And it means the concept of privacy while traveling may soon become a relic of the past. It isn't rudeness. It isn't restriction. It's the quiet evolution of citizenship in the digital age. In the end, the Canadian passport still opens doors. But now, it opens them with data, not ink. For some, this is progress. A smarter, safer, more efficient way to travel. For others, it's a reminder that every innovation carries a shadow. Because every new layer of protection asks for one thing in return: a little more of our trust. And trust, once lost, is far harder to renew than any passport. If you've gone through the new renewal process, or faced challenges adapting to the changes, share your experience below. We'd love to hear how it's affecting you. Until next time, keep exploring. Not just the world, but the reasons behind it. And if you haven't already, subscribe. And let's uncover the untold side of travel, together.